Good afternoon, family. Today we're going to talk about something sacred. It's the right to vote. It's not about politics, not about parties, but the blood bought right that our people marched for, they bled for it, and they died for it. And now, the very protections that they won are being stripped away.
Okay, when we're referring to that, what they're trying to do is take our voting rights from us. And I want everyone out there to please listen. This episode is not about history. It's about the truth and the responsibility. Because what's happening today, Sheila, is not new. It is a repeat of a playbook we have seen before.
Okay,
The march, we're talking about the march that changed America. Now let's get into it.
It's Selma, the turning point. Let's start with Selma, Alabama. March the 7th, 1965. Bloody Sunday. 600 peaceful marchers walked across Edmund Pettus Bridge, demanding one thing.
What was the demand?
The right to vote without fear. And if you see those pictures, Clayton, you saw them. They were met with tear gas, being clubbed in the head, horses, and hatred as they marched across that bridge.
And Sheila, not a lot of people don't know you can refer to John Lewis. John Lewis was hit in his skull fractured during these march. We need to explain to people about our American history. El Nemo, let's see, Boston was beaten unconsciously during that march. The world watched black bodies brutalized for simply wanting to anticipate in the rally. They did not anything for people to not to protest. It is a shame when people want to cover up the history, and I'm glad that you and I is bringing our history back to forward.
Okay. Before Selma, there was Birmingham in 1963. And children, Clayton. Yes, children marched because adults were losing jobs. They were being jailed and terrorized for protesting. Policemen doing the same thing today like they did back then. They unleashing dogs on people and they putting fire hoses on them. I mean, they were trying to stop everything from happening, but our ancestors, they marched on.
Sheila, I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to be very honest. I get very emotional. I get very defensive when I think about what these white peoples have done to the black people, and they walk around here trying to cover up the truth instead of telling the truth and keep people from knowing the truth. They rather take it out of our history book. And that's where you and I, we have to keep our history alive, because if you wait for the white person to talk about history, they're going to procrastinate, they're going to lie, they're not going to tell you the whole truth. This what upsets me. And you know, when I say the image force America to front its own hypocrisy, this is what the Americans need to understand. And it pushes the movement forward. And I'm going to be honest with you. We're talking about the March on Washington, Sheila.
Yeah, that came in August 28th, 1963. And the march, people need to understand, was for jobs and was for freedom. 250,000 people gathered, demanding equality, economic justice, and voting rights. And which, I mean, look at what's happening now.
You're right. You're
with
right.
The voting rights. You know, they're trying to traumatize people. They're trying to silence us. But we can't let that fear prevent us from saying what we need to say. Our voices need to be heard, Clayton. They can't silence us.
Right.
That's exactly. They want to paralyze us. They want to traumatize us, and they want to silence us.
And that's where they try to inflict fear. And I'm going to say this because I'm very emotional about this. When I look back and see what they did back then and what they're trying to do now, it upsets me. And I'm going to say to you, we are the one that built this country, and now you hate us. You put dogs on our people. You do all kind of stuff. But the white man's supposed to be the best thing in the world. They do no harm. I see nothing. I know nothing. They cover up a lot of stuff. And that's why I get very emotional. When we talk about Dr. King, I have a dream. Speech wasn't just property. This speech was about, it was a man for America to live in harmony, live in freedom. But again, look what happened. Look what happened. Live up to his promises. When he said, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. And the Bible says, fear not no man. I am your God. I am your Lord. Sheila, right now, I'm going to say it. I get emotional when I find out the harm and the damage they've done to black people. And they're now trying to bring slavery back into existence. I'm not going to be silent. I'm going to speak up. I fear no man.
We have to speak up because our ancestors spoke up.
Exactly.
And they stood together. Everybody came together. You get more power with more numbers. Power is in the people, in the black people. So we can't forget that. Like in 1964, young people, white, they went to Mississippi to register for black voters. 3 of them, James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, and Michael Schwerner, they were murdered by the Klan because they were helping blacks.
I think I saw a movie. I saw some documentary about that. And I'm going to say this to you, right? Racism is a disease. Racism is a sickness till they die. I'm talking from emotion, but I'm talking about God did not bring us here to be racist. God did not give this country to a white man. The white man is the one that causing all the problems in the world today because of power. He want to feel inferior, and he wants the minority to feel inferior. So yes, I get emotional. Their death, those 3 people that you talk about, Sheila, their death helped push Congress to act. That's the only time they want to act, when they saw something like that.
Yeah, but it's horrible. I mean,
it is.
Why is the Voting Rights Act created? It was created after Selma, after Birmingham, after the Freedom Summer, after generations of terror. Congress passed the Voting Rights Act, and it was 1965. And look what's happening now. They taking it away. I mean, the voting right, it outlawed literary tests, it banned poll taxes, it put federal oversight on states with a history of discrimination. It protected black voters from being silenced through unfair maps. And that's what they're doing now. They're districting, creating the red districts.
Exactly.
So blacks can't have the majority of the votes.
See, I hope.
They just changed where you can't mail in vote. So what about, when they got rid of DEI, they don't care about people handicapped. They don't care about the elderly that used to be in their forms. They setting it up so only they can win the popular votes.
Right. That's people don't understand. That's the main objective for redistricting, is for them to gain the power within that state.
Isn't it called gerrymandering?
Yeah, gerrymandering. Exactly. But I want to say this to you, Sheila. These red states, they no different than Trump. Racism is real in the South. Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana. These guys wear their feeling on their sleeve. Everybody corrupt. When the Republican corrupt, the legislature corrupt, and when they write laws to protect the white people and to harm the black people. I didn't want to get too emotional about that, but I'm going to tell you, and it works, Sheila. It really works.
They want to silence our voices.
Yeah.
They want to traumatize us. They want to hold us beneath their shoes.
Exactly.
They don't want us to say anything because basically, Clayton, what's happening, they're on their laws. They're on the laws now.
You're right.
They're making up things as they go along. The law that was written, the Constitution of the United States, I don't know if they're not even, I mean, what good is it now?
It's no good because they them dismantled only because of white supremacists, white racial people that run in this country. And I'm going to say to all you white people, if you think President Trump cares about you, he don't care about minority especially. He cares about his billionaire friends. Yes, I'm getting emotional, upset as to how black voters are being stripped from their rights. Black elected officials, they was increased.
Back then, it was.
Yeah, back then.
The Voting Rights Act did that for us.
Yeah, eventually, Sheila, black people had a voice during that particular time. I mean, community they rallied around their voices. And the laws was the crown jewels of the civil rights movement. The answer of the march, the beating, the jailing, and the sacrifice that black people had to endure during that time. So me, myself, and I. So what happened now? And why is it so dangerous to live in a world of uncertainty because of racism, Sheila?
It's being chipped away, Clayton.
You're right, exactly.
But the Supreme Court, I don't even know why there is this now. I mean, decisions have weakened the Voting Rights Act.
Exactly.
Which protected us, especially that Section 2, the part that protected black voters from discriminatory maps. And the same thing that protected us is gone.
You know,
and they've taken it away. Like we have they are trying to silence us. And if we sit and still and watch and not do nothing,
exactly,
they're going to do what they want to do.
So this is where you and I, Sheila, we are advocating. We making our black people's awareness is to stop some of the killing, some of the crime. Because when you get stripped on your voting right, and a lot of people don't understand this, Sheila, but once you go to jail or go to penitentiary, you don't have no rights. So that means that's just one voting right going back to the Republican. People don't understand the strategy. The more you put minority people in jail, the more they benefit. Because that's on people that's going to jail right now.
They're not considered people, they're considered numbers.
Yeah.
Let me say that again.
Say it again. You're right.
When they go to jail, they're not people. They're numbers.
You're right.
And believe it or not, they're getting paid on the numbers. Free labor. Like they did back then. Free labor. It's like being a slave again.
Yep. And you know what, Sheila, I'm going to say this to you. Black people, we giving you straight up talk. Use it. We're not out here just talking to be talking. We're talking about true talk. We're talking about reality. We're talking about what we can do as Black America. But as long as we are killing each other, robbing each other, they're building more jailhouse and prison now than they've ever built before. And just like you say, when you go to prison, you become a number. They recognize you by your number. And just like you say, Sheila, Supreme Court is corrupt. They doing what Trump wants them to do. When have you ever told Supreme Court pass the law taking our Constitution away? For decades, if a map reduces black voting power, this map that we talk about, that was enough to challenge it. Now, plaintiffs, the people that thought they complained, must prove intentionally racial discrimination. Why should they have to prove when it's right in their face? They know why they're changing these zoning. Something lawmakers rarely admit openly. They're not going to admit why they're doing it. They want to say it makes the state better. Is the objective is that they're trying to take all the black votes solid, put them under Republican control. That's why I'm upset. And I don't care who like it or not. You know, when I look at what is happening, people are blind. You and I is playing a very important part right now, is educate the American people the importance about their vote. No matter what the Republicans try to do, do not be afraid to show up to those voting booths this time because they have a strategy in mind to win. They're going to put ISIS at the voting booth for a form of intimidation to oppress people. This is the strategy that these racist White House people are doing. And then the shift makes it easier to break apart Black communities, Black voters into one district. They don't want to reduce Black representation to silence Black political power. That is the main objective, Sheila. But they want us to stay silent. If we do nothing, nothing's going to happen.
Well, if you stay silent, you lose your power.
Exactly.
We lose our power. All of us lose our power.
You're right.
If you stay silent, because once you do that, like you say, you're doing what they want you to do. They're strategizing to break the Black communities. And if the Black communities now don't come together and make a stand, and the churches don't work with each other in the community, it can be broken apart.
It can,
and this was not accidental the way they did it. This is something they wanted to do. I mean, this is the modern version of the old strategy that they used back then to weaken the Black vote without even touching a poll tax or a literacy test. They're doing this. They're not even going through the Supreme Court. They just make stuff happen. They're doing this so they can try to get Trump back in the warehouse, the White House that Black men built again.
Sheila, I don't know if you just heard the news. They are drawing up a plan right now to give President Trump the third term. And the only thing that I can say, the Americans be making the biggest mistake in the world. They see what he's doing now. And why would you vote a man in that telling you in your face, I hate you Black people. I hate you minority people. You go into Venezuela, those minority people, anything that has any dark complexion, he hates. That's why he's trying to destroy these Muslim countries. President Trump has a mental ill problem. I'm going to say it out loud. And if y'all follow him, you need to do one thing, Sheila. They need to read their Bible and read the story about Pharaoh's army. You're following a corrupt politician, a corrupt president, and all of y'all going to fall right with him. And I'm going to say it, I'm emotionally upset now. And Sheila, you say it's not an accident. This is not neutral. This is not honesty.
No.
I mean,
look at how the rollback threatens what our ancestors fought for.
You're right.
Look, our ancestors fought for it. You know what? I'm going to say this. Yesterday, I sat down at a table and ate brunch with a 100-year-old woman. And we talked about what was happening. She said, I lived it once and I got through it. And now I'm seeing it all come back in my face.
She's 100 years old.
100 years old.
Wow. I mean,
she said she lived through all the everything that's happened to Blacks, all the hard times, all the marches, all this. And she said now it's sitting right back in her face. She thought it was done.
Sheila, I want the public, let's be clear about this.
She wasn't 100. I'm sorry. She was 90 years old.
But still, she witnessed it. Back during that time, it was hard for her to communicate. You got these white supremacists, white Ku Klux Klans walk around here using a form of fear. Back during that time, they couldn't do nothing because the Blacks didn't have a lot of rights. It's the white people that wrote the legislator, and they wrote the legislator to keep Black people under control. It is a shame that I got to sit back and look at what they're doing, what they did back then. I'm supposed to stay silent. I'm supposed to be afraid. I'm supposed to.
Back then didn't stay silent.
Exactly.
So we can't stay silent.
I mean,
you know what? If they were silent, we've never come this far as we did. If they were silent, we got to do the same thing they did.
You got to do the same thing. And like I said, Sheila, our ancestors fought. Let's be clear, the same right march, the same Alabama during that time. Well, let's talk about the same right children was host hosted in Alabama.
They were hosed down.
The same right people died in Mississippi. Do we want to talk about this, or we want to just erase history? I'm going to tell it like it is, Sheila, because right now we are doing our people a favor, because I'm going to tell you it's right, and I'm going to say it again, that we got to fight. It's about power. We get to shape district if we stick together. We get to represent us and get to decide where resources go. When Black voting power is weakened, people understand everything else becomes weakened. I need you to understand that. School funding becomes weakened. Healthcare access becomes weakened. Criminal justice reform. Economic opportunity, Sheila. And guess what? Community safety. It becomes weakened. All because of the way the system is designed to keep you under their feet. And I'm going to say this, I fear not no man. This is just about election. It's about our future, Black people. Hear what we're saying. We don't want you to hear what we say. We need you to listen to what we're saying. We're trying to get a message across that would improve your quality of life, but you must become educated in order to, when Black voters' power is threatened, just like I said, everything falls behind it. And why the Black churches must engage again. Let's talk about that, Sheila.
They got to engage. And it's always been like the headquarters for our freedom struggles. It was a meeting place.
Mm-hmm.
It was a training ground. That's where they used to strategize on how they was going to do things.
In the church.
So when Martin Luther King and all of them used to meet together, it was a moral compass for them. So everybody came together, had a part in what they were going to do. You can't do everything by yourself.
Right.
It takes a village. It takes a community. It takes leaders. It takes churches. We have to bind together as one team. And we got to stand. We got to stand in power. We have to stand in power. The more numbers we have, the better.
Absolutely. But today, Sheila, you said something. I was always been taught a church supposed to be a safe haven. A church supposed to be a place that's going to inspire you, motivate you, and help you to do the will of God. But I'm going to say churches have stepped back, Sheila. Church is not the same church we used to go to when we was growing up. I mean, some people being too political. That's how some people feel. Some don't want controversial. What are you worried about controversial? A church must be a safe haven. And as I said, Sheila, I hate to say it, girl, I'm glad we're talking about this subject because I am very, very emotional right now as to what went on back during then and what is happening today. Taking everything away from minority people. And we supposed to sit back and like this stuff. We supposed to sit back and stay silent. We supposed to have the fear keep us back. That ain't gonna work with me. No. Sorry to get emotional, but I'm just telling you the real
Tell the truth. You're telling the truth. Keep on telling the truth. Tell how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Keep telling them.
And so, like I said, church is supposed to be a place. And what do you think about that, Sheila? You talking about, the church doesn't what?
Voting rights are justice for us, Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
Voting rights are a spiritual responsibility. Spiritual responsibility. If the church doesn't educate our people, who will?
Who will? Exactly. That's real talk.
Who? If the church don't mobilize our youth, who will? Answer that. Who will? Come on. Who will?
No, that's real talk.
If they don't defend our community and hear our voice, who will?
That's real talk, Sheila. That's real talk.
We are descendants, Clayton. We are descendants of the marchers.
I agree, totally.
We are the children of survivors. We are the legacy.
We are.
Of those who crossed that bridge. And now it's our turn to do the same thing that they did for us. It's our turn. Like you said, we can't sit back and be silent. Now we have to act.
Exactly. I totally agree. If you say nothing and do nothing, nothing will happen.
Solid mouths don't get fed.
I think many people have heard that, but I'm glad you said a closed mouth never get fed. That's real talk. And what churches can do right now, if you have a belief in God, you have faith, hope, and trust in God, you need to go back to church. Everybody needs to be on the same page. And here's how churches can lead today. There's just an example. Host voters education Sunday. Wow. Voters education on Sunday. To me, that's one of the best things, because if the church can't draw you, who's going to draw you? Because you wait for the street to try to lead you down that path of destruction. That's exactly what they designed to do. Mm-hmm. Teach the history of Selma, Alabama, Birmingham, and the Voting Rights Act. Teach them, educate them, partner with Silver Group, have discussion, provide transportation to them polls, Sheila, because a lot of people don't have transportation to those polls, especially when they're 20, 30 miles apart, and they can't, they talk about no more mail-in voting. This is a problem. We need to start attacking this problem right now. Train youth as voters ambassadors. Train them early. Hold candidates forums. Find a place where we can join together and talk about the cause and effect. Help congregation understand redistricting. They don't know what that means, Sheila. They don't know what redistricting means and what the cause are going to be. Encouraging early voting and making, I would say, Sheila?
It's cheating.
Exactly.
System. It's cheating. It's like redlining, red zoning like they did back then. Mm-hmm. You live in a certain zip code, your vote ain't going to count.
See, Sheila, we're going to have to.
This way I can put it.
Well, that's the only way to put it. And the thing is to do right now, between now and the election in November, every church, every minority group, every church should have one Sunday. Let's talk about voting your rights. Instead of at the time, take a tithe and offering, tell them something that's going to benefit them, because once they take everything, you can't give tithe and offering if you don't educate the people about their finances and what's going to come in the future. And just like I said, take them to the polling booth. It's imperative that we talk about voting and how white people call themselves trying to rig the deal. They're doing everything in their power to rig the voting. Now, I'm going to say this, Sheila, not all Republicans, not all white people feel the same, but it's just those hate groups, white nationalists, the Ku Klux Klan, the skinhead. President Trump have given them full authority to do what they want to do. And that's why I'm very upset. Sheila, you can jump in because I'm getting very emotional, because it's the way Black people don't understand the importance of voting. They don't understand when you go to jail, you don't have rights, because that's the way the system is designed.
How do you think the civil rights movement was done? It wasn't done because somebody said, let's just do it. The people fought together and they heard the voices. Mm-hmm. So we're not telling you who to vote for. This is not being a political thing. It's like, it's making sure you can vote.
Exactly.
And that your vote counts. Your vote matters.
You're right. Sheila, you just said something just then. We're not telling you who to vote for. You need to start looking at statistics, status, research. These people that you put in the office. I am not going to vote for an enemy that's causing me to fall back into slavery. I'm going to say this to you. Any Black person, minority person out there, listen to what I'm saying. If you vote for this Republican Party that they have in office now, you are mentally ill. Because if you see how much you're paying, how much burden that they're putting on black people, taking the health care, 350,000 black women have been fired from the federal government. You need to step up to the plate. Black churches, black leaders, your community. Where are you? Where are you? That's what I'm trying to find. Where are you? We need you to promote. Get a place that you can come together. You leaders, you want to be a leader? Well, you need to lead by setting a good example. And I'm just going to say that. It's not about, we're not telling you to vote for. We're telling you what you need to do. That's what we need. That's why we up here talking. And Sheila, only thing that I'm going to say to you, but we are not powerless. We're not voiceless. But guess what? We're not done either.
Well, let me make myself clear so everybody understand. The bottom line is, Clayton, the Voting Rights Act that they stripped away was born from our ancestor marches.
That is true. That is absolutely
jail
true.
cells. A lot of people went to jail for nothing. And courage. They had courage. It was born out of blood. It was born out of blood. Do you get that from our ancestors? You remember when John Lewis showed the scar on his head?
Yep.
Beak get beaten.
Yep.
He said, fight the good fight. And we got to fight the good fight.
Exactly.
And now the protections are being weakened for us. And like Clayton said, we're not powerless. We're not going to silence our voice. We're not voiceless. We have a right to speak. First Amendment. The same spirit that marched across that Edmund Pettus Bridge lives in all of us today because our ancestors marched there. That same faith that carried our people through Birmingham lives in us. The same determination that built the Voting Rights Act lives in us. It lives in us.
Right. But Sheila, I'm going to say this to you. It is a pleasure to have you and I as ex-military. We don't have people can talk, have the opportunity that you and I have. We are speaking up for those who are unable to speak of themselves. We are trying to educate and train you about the importance of voting. And when black churches rises, the community rises also, Sheila, whether people want to know. And when the community rises, guess what? The nation shifts. So we need to step up to the community. Talk to the churches. Tell them the importance of educating your people at the church. Anywhere you at, anywhere you reside in the United States. Black people, we need to wake up. We can't stay silent. And I'm going to tell you, Sheila, this song that put me way back. Wake up, everybody. Wake up, all black people. There's no more sleeping in bed. There's no more use to thinking ahead. What the world needs now is a helping hand. What the world needs is love. What the world needs protection. The world needs reassurance. Black people need to have freedom, justice. They need to have the same freedom for everyone.
I'm going to correct you there.
Go right.
It's not need to have freedom. We must have freedom.
You're right.
We're not making this an option. We must have freedom. You got to stay focused, folks. You got to stay focused because what they're trying to do is paralyze us. Exactly. So we don't talk. So we're silent. They want to traumatize us, but we're stronger than that.
We are.
We're stronger than that.
So, but Sheila, I'm going to say this. You and I has been blessed to be able to communicate in a way that is even a first grader can understand the importance of this message. Because it's a lot of us. We are lost. We lost. but we are the one that got to find them. If all these black churches would get together and start educating and training our kids for a better future, the world will rise, the nation will rise. But until we do our part, things are going to get worse. And I'm going to say this, Sheila, and I'm going to close it out. If you want to add something to it, charity begins at home. We got to destroy that slavery mentality. We got to destroy this system that is designed to do harm to us. We got to speak up. The system is designed to do what it's doing, Sheila. And the system, what they are rigging up right now, is going to do exactly what they wanted to do. It's to keep black people back and put them back even further. So
we're not gonna let that happen, because right now is our call for action.
That's it.
We can't wait. We can't wait for anything else to happen. We have to act now. We need to have a strategy and a plan. We have to act now. And you brothers and sisters, y'all need to stop hating on each other and bonding together. You need to come together. Don't let me get on my soapbox about that.
Look, let's get on your soapbox.
We don't want division. We can't work together with division.
Hey, Sheila, I like what you're saying, because you got to be straightforward. You can't sugarcoat anything. If the shoe fit, you wear it. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. We are not here to put you down to tell you who you're going to vote for. We're trying to educate you on the importance of one vote can make a difference. So join us on our next show, because this is going to get pretty heavy. And I'm going to say this. We want you make comments on our show. Hit the notification button, because we are your voice. That's what we're here. We're here to tell you the truth about reality, what you need to be aware of what's coming ahead. So until next time, we thank you. We're not asking you to hear what we're saying. We're asking you to listen to what we are saying. And there is a distinct difference between hearing and listening. I hear birds out there, but I'm not listening to them. So I'm keen in on everything you're saying that we said. We ask you to do the same. But Sheila, it's been great. I don't know if you have anything else to throw in there to inspire people about you can close it out if you have anything else to say.
Well, I just have a few words. This is our call to action. This is a call for action. We have to stay focused. And we have to commit to being together as a community and joining in together to fight these politics, how they stripped away our voting rights. We have to fight.
We have to make a pledge. We have to make a pledge to each other. Is that, man, I'm going to tell you, I'm glad that we got this out, because the only thing that I can say, and we want to make sure that you understand it, not all white people feel the same. It is those few that inherit this racism as a few that's trying to put us on our back. We're not going to stay silent. We're going to stand up for what we believe in, and we're not going to fall for a lot of this BS they're putting out there. So I say that to all the audience out there, please tune in for our next show. And I don't know what it's going to be, but it'll be this week. I think we're going to talk about the difference between privilege for white people and privilege for black people. But until next time, may God bless you. May God keep you. Until share this message, because guess what? We're going to stay on this case until we can't get it on no more. So until now, take care. May God bless you. Keep praying. Keep asking God for strength, because he can make a way out of no way. Adios.